Now it's time to get our captions all spell checked and edited into Premiere. So we're going to Control-C copy this text and go back to Premiere, and we need to put it in here. So what I've done is I've given you a captions timeline. So if you're down here, remember to keep clicking this up until you're at the top, and there's our captions folder or bin, and here's the captions templates. Now if you did not keep these, if you got rid of them, that could cause a problem. We need to get them because you have to use one or the other as a starting point. Either white text with a black glow or black text with a white glow. You can change fonts and you can change positions, but we want the text to be very easy to read. So if you accidentally deleted those and you don't have them anymore, let's go and open up a copy from Data Text Studio. So here's a copy, first name, last name. If you go back and go to downloads and download it, we can actually open that project, skip the part about the scratch folders, and copy both of these. Control-C and copy. Then I'm going to close that project. Don't need to save it. And I'm back here in Caption Templates. Now if you just paste, it might go in the right one, it might not. You can always lock the one that you don't want it pasted on top of. Now we've got our caption template. I'm going to take this white text and Control-C copy, go back to master, and I'm going to paste it right here where Honduras is showing. Notice that it is done transitioning. You don't want the words appearing during a transition. So I've positioned my laser pointer and I'm going to Control-V paste, and it put it on the picture. So that is not good. So as I said, you can lock those two. Don't forget to unlock them if you try to make changes to them. But now when I paste, it's going to appear up above on the video 3 track. So if you want it to be on the screen as long as possible, you can actually have the snap jump to the very moment that the transition is done and when it starts on the next one. So here we have our text, and you can double click on it and change it to whatever you have copied from your document. So notice I'm having to come back and get the text because I copied and pasted the caption template. Now I'm ready to go in here. Control-A will select all of it. Control-V will paste the words, and now we have to see if it all fits on there. If you need to make the font smaller, you can, but it's not changing it. So that's because I need to select the text, and now under Effect Controls, I have control over the font size. If you want it big and you just needed a little more space there, go back to your selection tool and drag that a little bit further. You can also move it. If this is down here at the bottom, scrub through the video, it's going to cover up the word Honduras. We do get to read it pretty well. You just don't want text over people's faces usually, or any really important part of the picture. So maybe I want it up here instead. Not touching the edges, none of the edges. Put it in kind of a safe area right there. And now it's going to be on the screen and then disappear. Now it's so easy to add transitions here that there will be transitions on every caption. You can press Shift-D with something selected, and it actually applies transitions everywhere. So when I showed you clicking on each of the borders, you can actually select all of your pink boxes, hit Shift-D, and you'll have cross dissolve on everything, or whatever your default is. So this is where I grew up. Let's do another one. I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to copy the black text with the white glow and put it on my master right there. I'm going to then look at it, decide if that's a good place. Yeah, works pretty good. And go and get my text from here. My son was born on Guam. You do want to tell people who that person is or what this island is, because otherwise they're not going to know. So now I'm here under Effect Controls. Remember, any item on your timeline has to have a position and a scale, so there will be Effect Controls for that. You can double click and Control-V paste. Now notice I don't have enough room. This is a font that actually squeezes together a little more, but it's a pretty long set of text there for this kind of thing, and I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. My son was born on Guam will be easy to read. Shift D, if you just want to use the default, it fades in and fades out. Needs to be on there for at least maybe a couple of seconds, but you can actually make it so that it's just barely on there. If people can read it really quickly and then have it fade away so that we're just enjoying the picture itself.